Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great Saturday night. It's our last Saturday night without football the following day until February. So this is a great time to not take too long, but talk about some storylines going into tomorrow's game. Just a couple things that I think are storylines. And then, you know, we'll go into tomorrow's game with a clean slate, a mostly healthy roster, and a chance to do some great things this year. So I figure I get right into my storylines that I think are important for the next 17 games. The first one would be the quarterback situation. A lot of people are trying to figure out what the snap count's going to be for Trey Lance tomorrow. Some people are saying 30 plays. Other people are saying, 7 to 10. I'm more in the 7 to 10 range with Trey. I think Jimmy will play the majority of the game under center, but I do think Trey will get in there at some point during the game in some sort of packages, because that's the only way they can really work him in without actually making him the starter. Tomorrow's game is important for Jimmy to get off to a strong start, not be jittery in the pocket, not be nervous, be smart with the ball, and depend on that run game and that offensive line. That should be our number one focus for tomorrow. If we're going to run the ball 500 times, like everybody's saying we're going to, then tomorrow we got to start that. Play smash mouth football. That's what we're best at. We have a bevy of running backs. We can hit you in different ways. Some people say keep the ball out of Jimmy's hand and play like we did in the playoffs. I say whatever gets us the W is the right move. That's all I got to say. But I do think the Niners are going to run the ball quite heavily tomorrow. And then the play action game will definitely be there, as it usually is when we run the ball well. I feel like special teams will play a very important role tomorrow. I think that is something that we got better at during the preseason as the weeks went on. Our preseason first game, our special teams was absolutely atrocious. And I feel as the training camp and as the preseason went on, the special teams got a lot better. There is a question of who's going to be the punt returner tomorrow. Some are saying Brandon Ayuk, which I'm not a really big fan of because he's got a kind of a tricky hammy right now. And then other people are saying Mohamed Sanu can return kicks as well. Like I said, I really don't like having starting wide receivers be your punt returners because I just feel like it's a chance for injury. But I guess the question was really answered when the Niners did not bring up Travis Benjamin off the practice squad to be a special teams guy. The Niners could still use Elijah Mitchell. I heard he's a decent returner. I've seen he's kind of a decent returner, so he could be an option. But special teams has to be a focus. Everybody talks about the running game and the quarterbacks and the defense, but special teams is just as important. And I think tomorrow will be a great time to start the season off on the right foot when it comes to that. So how's it going, CG Ruthless Sports? You give Elijah Mitchell a chance? Yeah, I think Elijah Mitchell would probably be your best guy to put back there. And, don't put your starting receivers in the punt return game and get them hurt. But we'll see. We got a little bit of time before the game starts on Sunday, so I'm really happy that football is back. It's an early game for me, which is nice. Most games are 4:00, so by the time the game ends and all the post-game stuff is done, it's well into 9:00, almost 10:00 at night. And usually I don't want to stream after that because I get pretty burned out. Watching the game, listening to the post game, all the interviews and stuff. I just try to immerse myself in that stuff as much as possible. It's funny when there's the post game show with Larry Krueger, the Red and Gold Wrap, which I'm going to try to call into. So guys, wish me luck. A lot of the stuff with them, it's such a well-made post game show that I don't feel adequate after listening to that to go live and talk football because they're so good. You got Dennis Brown, you have Larry Krueger, of course, and you have John Lund. who do the red and gold wrap on KNBR 680. I feel like you guys should check that out if you're into like post game talk. They don't pull any punches. They're not fan favorite type people. They will go in on anybody who's anybody. And it's a really good post game show. So I listen to it after games usually. I'll see about doing something tomorrow night after the game. If not, I might do a Monday morning quarterback type thing, just to give me a chance to kind of relax after the game. But we'll see. I'll play it by ear tomorrow for sure. What is going on? From El Paso, Texas. Awesome, dude. Thank you. Thanks for dropping in. Is it JC49 Fish 9 for life? That's quite a mouthful of a username. So I hope I did it justice. Yeah, I'm really happy that football is back. I am a stressful fan though, so I'm not looking forward to being totally anxiety ridden all game. I feel like this is a game we should win. I feel like the Lions are not that great of a team. They say the sign of a good team is a team that beats the team on their schedule, especially if they're not good. So if we're a good team, like everybody or all our fans and coaches and the Niners and players think we are, you beat the teams like the Lions. You beat the teams like the Philadelphia Eagles to start the season, because you're going to have a stretch of games after that are going to be pretty challenging. So do your best to get off to the best start, come home, win your home opener, or at least try to against the Packers, and then get this thing rolling. But you can't overlook the Lions. I think a lot of people, including other fans, content creators, are thinking that the Lions are going to be an easy win, which they might. But I just hope the 49ers don't go into that with that same approach, because that'll get you beat. Attention to details. The Niners have had, they were a bad team last year with turnovers. Turnovers have to be a focus. Jimmy can't give the ball away, and the running backs have to hold on to the football. So those two things hopefully will be done well tomorrow. And if they are, then we should be in good hands. Do I think Trey will play tomorrow? I do. I don't think Trey will play a ton of snaps tomorrow. Something around 7 to 10 to 12 snaps, I would think. I was watching another channel, and they think Trey's going to get about 30 snaps tomorrow. I do not see that happening. 30 snaps is quite a bit of snaps. I wonder what kind of leash, though, Jimmy will have if Jimmy comes out playing jittery and poor, if Trey gets put in there. You don't want to panic week one. That's the thing. You don't want to panic week one. So everything on week one, I feel like you can overreact a lot during the first week of the season. Hopefully the Niners don't do that, and us fans don't do it either. Say we lose or something. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Trey is in there about 7 to 12 plays. I don't think going to be any more than that. Unless the Niners are really just beating the brakes off the Lions, then I can see Trey getting numerous snaps. Take Jimmy out, preserve him, and have Trey get some snaps, some meaningful snaps. So that's my idea for the quarterback situation tomorrow. A little bit of a concern of mine that I'm a little bit worried about, I know you guys are too, is our corner situation. Emmanuel Mosley is not playing. He is out for tomorrow. And the Niners had recently cut Dante Johnson to bring in Josh Norman, but now Josh Norman is on the team, and so is Dante Johnson. Dante Johnson has been activated off the practice squad and is available, I think, for tomorrow's game, and so is Josh Norman. So question is, who starts? Is it going to be Josh Norman? Is it going to be Diamador Lenore? Or is it going to be Dante Johnson? I didn't think we'd have to answer this question this early into the season, but unfortunately, I don't really know what's going on with Mosley. But yeah, that is going to be a touchy situation. We say we're lucky we're playing the Lions and the Eagles the first couple weeks if we have to, start somebody that is not as good or a rookie. But it's still, any adequate NFL team will pick on a bad corner. So hopefully the pass rush is aggressive and gets there and to make up for any lack of coverage or any coverage mishaps. But it's been a weird couple of days because, the Mosley's been nursing something. And then we hear, we signed Josh Norman and cut Dante Johnson, and then he's brought back. So I don't know. I don't know what the Niners see in Dante Johnson. A lot of fans don't either. They say he's a consummate professional, whatever that means. But yeah, he's still on the team. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, we're playing two teams in the first 2 weeks that we should beat, and our secondary shouldn't be too overwhelmed. But when you have teams like Russell Wilson and the Seahawks and the Packers come into town, you better have your secondary figured out in those weeks. So hopefully Emmanuel Mosley, if he's going to miss some time, he misses the first couple weeks. We play bad teams, we get some wins, and then once we get to the good teams, Mosley comes back, and then everybody falls in according to their depth on the depth chart. That's what you want. That's ideal, but things don't always happen that are ideal. Hey, what's going on, Fernanda? How you doing? Thanks for coming in here. D Ford is playing. D Ford will have a pitch count of snaps, as what's been said. Even though he feels really good, they're gonna give him a pitch count. I don't know how many of those will be. Probably just a third down and maybe I would think third down, second and long, stuff like that. But I don't see him being in there, on every down. They don't really need him. They have Samson Abucom. They have Arden Key. So they have plenty of bodies to, put in there. They have their starting base defense too with Eric Armstead. A concern of mine, though, I'll tell you, for the defensive line is the fact that Kinlaw said he was healthy and said all this stuff during the preseason and offseason and all these press conferences where he's, acting foolish. And now he's not even playing. The report coming out of college with him is that he had some sort of knee arthritis, and it looks like that's definitely becoming an issue. They say it flares up and then it gets better, and it's been flaring up for a while now. So, we're pretty good in the defensive tackle front with Maurice Hurst and Zach Kerr, Contavious Street, DJ Jones, Kevin Givens. We're pretty heavy, so we can absorb that, but you still want your first-round pick from a year ago, who you traded away DeForest Buckner for so that you could draft him. You want him to play. And for whatever reason, he's having these issues. I don't know. I'm not as high on Javon Kinlaw as I was last year, so he is definitely someone I'm keeping my eye on. Fernando asks, are you concerned with Kinlaw with him being injury prone? I want my opinion. Well, a lot of people are saying that he had an injury red flag coming out of college, that he had knee tendonitis coming out of college. So this flare up and this issue he's been having, apparently a lot of people are kind of connecting the dots. He had a procedure done this offseason that supposedly wasn't too invasive, and they cleaned it up. And for some reason, it's flaring up. So I don't know if this is the Niners just covering their tails because they drafted a guy who had injury red flags, or if this is something completely different. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not any type of official radio or team analyst, so I'm not going to sit here and try to get on my high horse and act like I know what I'm talking about, because that would be foolish. But yeah, definitely something concerning for sure, especially with all the talk coming out of, the off season. And if you ever watch a press conference with him, he's a weird guy. He's like he acts like a big tough guy. People ask him about if he's playing or not, and he's like, I'm not concerned. I'll be on the field, yada, yada, yada. And then he's not on the field. So I don't know. You thought it was a mistake. Yeah, a lot of people have thought that. A lot of people thought that the Niners could have somehow figured out a way to keep him. You're not the only one, bro. I kind of undervalued DeForest Buckner for a long time. And now I'm kind of seeing why I should not have undervalued him. I thought, he's all right. the Niners kept the wrong defensive lineman. They should have kept him and got rid of Eric Armstead, but it didn't happen. Good thing the Niners are deep in the defensive tackle area. You know, the Niners did their due diligence this offseason and stocked up in areas where they thought they were going to have a problem. So turns out that, you know, they were right, and they're heavy in the defensive tackle area, so they're good for now. But this Javon Kinlaw situation is definitely something to keep an eye on for sure. I think the one of the main things tomorrow that I think the 49ers and his fans should do is not overlook the Lions. We should not overlook the Detroit Lions. Are they a bad team? As of now, it looks like it. They're a rebuilding team. But you can call it a trap game. You could call it not taking your opponent seriously. I think the Niners are too well coached for that, to have that happen. But it does by nature happen when you think you're superior to somebody and that maybe you don't play your hardest or you're most focused. Hopefully the Niners come out and just take care of business, run the football, play smash mouth, and then turn that pass rush loose tomorrow. I think that pass rush needs to set the tone early and often, getting after the quarterback. A good way to end a game early is to get into the head of a quarterback who you're hitting on every single play. People tend to check out if you're smacking them constantly, every play, hitting the dirt, getting rushed, getting hurried, getting sacked. Guys tend to just check out. So the Niners have history with Jared Goff. They know that they can get to him. They know that he's a little jittery in the pocket, somewhat like Jimmy, but he doesn't do well with pressure. And so if the Niners want to, take this game away from the Lions early, then that pass rush has to come ready to go. Nick Bosa, D Ford, come ready to go. And, we can end this game quicker than let's just say we hope it'll hasten the pace of the game if we can get after him. Hey, what's going on, Jay Mouse? How you doing, man? You getting a little nervous about the game? I always get nervous about the games, bro. All of them. Every single one of them. It's funny. We were up in the NFC Championship game on the Packers, and I was nervous that they were going to come back. Until that final ticker is on the screen and it's 0-0, I'm always nervous. That's just how I am. I'm, like I said, I'm miserable to be around when I watch games because I'm just so stressed out. I don't know. Maybe if I get married one day and have some kids, it'll take the edge off of it. But because I'm single and I have nothing going on, I tend to get really wrapped up in the games. I am off the next 9 days, though, guys. So I think I'll be refreshed and happy, and, it'll be good. Fernando says, I think our offense will have a great day. I think so, too. But I just want to see us run the ball. Keep away from Jimmy as much as possible. Don't put the game in his hands. If Jimmy's having a decent day, you let him do his thing. But I think the Niners are at their best when they run the football a lot and play great defense, and minimize the amount of times that you want Jimmy dropping back. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people will say that's hating on Jimmy, but minimize the amount of times you have him dropping back by running the football effectively and playing fantastic defense on the other end. Yeah. Yep. They're I think Penei Sewell is getting moved over to the left side. He'll be going against Nick Bosa. So that ought to be interesting. This should be a win-win for the 49ers and Nick Bosa. So hopefully the Niners can take advantage of that. It's one thing to be on paper that we have the advantage, but we still got to go out there and prove it. What's going on, Amina Dream? How you doing, brother? How's it going, Tommy Huxley? How you doing, man? Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is a trap game, which is kind of weird for the first week of the season. But if you think about it, it can be. I mean, the Lions are supposed to be what, just atrocious this year. So the Niners might rolling in thinking they're, the cat's meow and get steamrolled or something. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Niners, maybe they start a little slow tomorrow and then they'll catch on, score a couple of touchdowns early or, in the second quarter or something, and then pretty much wrap this game up by the late third. But we'll see, guys. I have to bounce. See everyone tomorrow after the game. Definitely, brother. Take care. Niners for life for sure. You know it. One thing tomorrow, too, one of my keys to tomorrow is the fact that I just want to get through this game as healthy as possible. Minimize the amount of injuries as possible. We're pretty good right now, even with guys that we've lost. We still have a pretty great core of players starting tomorrow. My whole thing is if we're up in this game and it's in the late third quarter, take out your starters. Treat it like a preseason game if you have to. Unless it's a guy like Trey who needs reps. If you guys don't need to be out there, if we're up 30-3 or something in the late third quarter, sit everybody because we need people for the long game. You know what I mean? So hopefully tomorrow's game is, we boat race them early and we can sit some guys and Trey can get in there and get some meaningful snaps. But you hate close games or games that go really long overtime and stuff, because that's when a lot of injuries happen. Guys get tired. Guys get, pushed to their limits. So hopefully tomorrow's game is a barn, not a barn burner, but a boat race early, and we can rest some guys. So I think I'm trying to think within my mind what would be my score for tomorrow's game. I've been kind of going back and forth on this. Let me get what you guys think. But I'm saying we win 28-17 tomorrow with an emphasis on the running game. And I feel like Jimmy throws 2 touchdowns tomorrow and throws 1 interception. He's got to throw his interception for the game. So, but I think 28-17 would be a decent score to win by. 4 touchdowns for us. They score a little bit late, but it's not going to hurt us. But yeah, that's my score for tomorrow. You like that score prediction, Tommy? Yeah, it's the first game of the year. It's going to be a lot of extended reps for a lot of guys. So yeah, I don't want to see where we say we're going to go 40-3 or something tomorrow. I just don't see that happening. What is that? The tree is trash. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, you said 38-10? It might be that score. I'm not totally against that either. I'm just I always lowball us so that I can be, surprised. But yeah, 38-10 might be more realistic. I went 28-17 because I'm giving us a game where there's some competitiveness in it for at least for a little bit, and then we pull away at the end. But we'll see. 1:00 tomorrow, guys. For us East Coasters, that's 1:00 Eastern. If you're a West Coaster, that game starts at 10 a.m. So I feel bad for you guys having to wake up so early. Oh, tree. Sorry. You say 27-14. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. 27-14, 28-17, something. We're not going to blow the doors off of them tomorrow. I just don't see that happening just because it's the first week of the season. Again, I could be wrong, and we could very much crush them, but I don't want to be overconfident and then have us lose. So Yeah, 27-14, 27-17 is more like a ballpark. I think it'll be. Maybe Tommy's right, and we just absolutely trash them tomorrow, but we'll see. Oh, Stanford. Yeah, I'm not a big college football fan, guys, to be honest with you, which is horrible. But I just don't watch college football. So I apologize to all you guys that do. I used to be a big baseball fan too. I was a big Yankees fan. I know, hate me. I'm a Yankees fan on the East Coast, but I don't really follow baseball anymore. To me, baseball is a country club sport. You know what I mean? Football is where it's at. You know, every game means something. It's physical. It's demanding. Uh, Baseball, you play so many games, and there's so many ups and downs in the season. Uh, some teams have the unfair advantage of having a ton of money and being able to buy everybody, like the Yankees or the Red Sox. And the competitive advantage isn't always there. Yeah, I hope they're not overconfident either. It's a little bit of a fear of mine just because it's the first week and it's the Lions. You know, let's not give Seattle any advantages or the Rams or the Cardinals any advantages early on. You know, let's keep pace and, take care of our business when we go against those guys. The beat writers called us to go 0-6. I think the 0-6 or 6-0. I think the Niners make a statement tomorrow. I hope they do too. I actually don't mind us being overlooked, to tell you the truth, Tommy, because we were overlooked in 2019, and look how that turned out. Like, I'm on the East Coast right now, and the Bills have all the hype, all the expectations on the Bills. If the Bills don't come out and straight up, tear that division to shreds and eat on everybody, and they don't win that division this year and go to the playoffs, God help everybody. So, in a way, make it like the 2019 season. Doubt us. Don't believe in us. Second guess us, and then we'll be 8-10 and 8-0 or something, and on the way to a great season. Bills are going to lose to the Steelers tomorrow. Very well could happen. Bills are a good team, but like I said, over here on where I am, everybody thinks that the Bills are the odds-on favorite to win the West, or excuse me, the AFC East, and that they're pretty much trashing everybody else. I mean, I don't think the Jets are going to be very good, but I could be wrong. My brother's a Dolphins fan. I think the Dolphins are going to be sneaky good this year. So watch out for the Dolphins. We say that every year, though, and then for some reason they don't play well. But I think the Dolphins are going to be sneaky good this year. Some people are thinking that Seattle's reign is going to come to an end, that Russell Wilson's going to finally start to show his age, and that he's been beat up. But like I said, underestimate us. Don't believe in us. Don't, give us much airtime. That's how we like it. Be overlooked, and then we'll be good. Exactly, Coach. Let's just go do our business. Don't talk about it, and just go to the Super Bowl and win it. Yeah, we always get, because we're a West Coast team, people always disrespect us. We're not the East Coast favorites like the Patriots. So the only time we got the respect we deserved is when we were winning Super Bowls in the 80s and 90s. Ever since then, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of disrespect for sure. Oops, sorry. You would think that would be the best way, right? Edward, is we upset some teams that don't expect us to. That's kind of my goal. That's kind of my hope too, that we, come out of the gates fast and people aren't really paying us any mind. And before you know it, like I said, we're beating some good teams and stuff, and then we'll start to get the attention that we deserve. But yeah, overlook us. Jimmy could do his typical Jimmy shiz and chew up clock with a 14-play drives and then in field goals or dumb interceptions. And leave us vulnerable versus inferior team. Right. I agree. That's why it's important to run the ball, Scott. Kyle's smart. He knows what Jimmy's limitations are. And I'm not crapping on what you're saying. I'm just saying Kyle's smart. If the Niners are running the ball great tomorrow, and, Jimmy, like you said, he does something stupid or throws an interception that he shouldn't, or makes some sort of bonehead play, they'll go right back to running the football. So how's it going, Monica? Thanks for jumping in here. Thanks for your kind words the last time I interacted with you. I just want to say thank you. Like I said, guys, ladies can be fans too, so don't disrespect the ladies. They know what they're talking about. I see Monica and Jay in the Bay stream a lot. One of his regulars. She knows her stuff. So don't disrespect her. She'll school you. Listen, the way I look at it is this. I don't care how we win as long as we win. But I would like to Trey to get in there at some point during that game. If they have a certain amount of plays designated for him that he's going to play, then great. But I would also like if the Niners were up a bunch of points for them to just bring him in and let him run that team, for a quarter. You know what I mean? He needs all the experience he can get. One thing that somebody mentioned, I was watching another stream before I got on. They made a good point. They said if Jimmy can be carried by Kyle and Kyle can somehow manage to get the best out of Jimmy with all his limitations, why can't they do the same thing for Trey? And I never really thought of it like that. I always said, maybe he's not ready or he's raw, this and that, but he can somehow, I think Kyle can figure out a way to draw up or have a script full of plays for Trey Lance, and he could be just as effective, if not better than Jimmy. But I think the Niners are trying to play the long game here. And if you don't need to play him right now, then so be it. But I don't know how short Jimmy's leash is going to be. You think maybe, 2 interceptions or something? Then you might see Trey. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we don't have that problem tomorrow or the next week. We should be beating both of those teams easily. So Beast Killer 49ers were 12-5. That is a reasonable record considering everything. Did you guys see what the heck is that guy's name that picked us to win 3 games during the 2019 season? I know you guys know who I'm talking about. He picked us to win 14 this year and only lose 3. I think it was Adam Rank. Remember that? The meme that was everywhere. He had us winning only 3 games and all that stuff. Well, now he's going the other way and he's saying we're going to win 14 and only lose 3. So I don't know if he's just trying to kiss ass because of what he did the other year, but I don't want any of that juju. I don't want to see any of that stuff. Just worry about tomorrow's game and beat the Lions, beat the teams you're supposed to beat. If you're a good team, you beat the teams you're supposed to beat. 12-5 is the floor. Yeah. If this team stays healthy, 12-5 is definitely the floor. A super great season would be 13 wins, 4 losses, or 14 wins and 3 losses. I don't know if I can say that we're going to be that good. It's all predicated on health, guys. You know that. We have been one of the most injured teams over the last, 3 or 4 years. So it's all about health. Ooh, Monica's coming out with a fire. She says, I can't wait either. I'm excited about to pummel them listless, cowardly Lions. Nice. I hope you're right. I hope we crush them tomorrow too. Killer says definitely going to NFC Championship game if healthy. Yeah. I don't know if I could say we're good enough to beat the Bucks healthy. I would love to say that, but Tom Brady still looks fantastic at what is he? 44. So I as much as I want to hate on Tom Brady, I can't because he continues to prove me wrong. So we'll see, guys. It's a long season. There's still a whole lot of time to go. So I'm not even going to worry about the playoffs right now, to tell you the truth. Tommy says he's still nervous about tomorrow and you don't know why. I'm pretty nervous too, like I said, brother. It's because we're expected to win tomorrow and we should win. And we're going to go into a game against a team that's rebuilding and has a quarterback that we've had, good fortune against. So all the signs are pointing upset. All the signs are pointing trap game. Hopefully the Niners coaches and people have stressed that, listen, we're a better team than these guys. We should beat them. But at the same time, you got to go into the game. You still got to perform. They're still an NFL team. Any team can beat any team on any given Sunday. It's the National Football League. Jimmy could throw a couple of bonehead picks. They could return a couple for a touchdown, and that's the game. Or we could fumble a kickoff return or whatever. So, yeah, let's not sleep on the Lions. I can see that, Scott. I can see that. 3-3 in the division. I think we're going to do one better than that. I think we're going to go 4-2 in the division. I think we're going to have a good divisional record this year. I really do. I think we're going to sweep the Cardinals this year. And I think we're going to split with Seattle and the Rams. So that would be 4-2. So we'll see. No, you're right. Tampa Bay's defense definitely looked very gettable, but I work with a Cowboys fan. He said, let's not give credit to Dak Prescott. Dak looks really good, guys. You got to admit, Dallas has some players on that offense. So a lot of it was Tampa's defense playing bad, but as much as I hate to give credit to the Dallas Cowboys, I like Dak Prescott as a quarterback, big time. I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like anything to do with the Cowboys, but Dak is a damn good quarterback. And when the Niners were trying to figure out what they were going to do last year, and there was all this talk before he got hurt, I'm like, man, the Niners should make a push to trade for that guy. You know what I mean? So I'm not sleeping on him for sure. But like, you're right. Tampa, no, you're never as good the second year going around because people are going to get a book on you. They're going to figure out your tendencies and stuff like that. So, but like I said, it's a long season, man. We have so much time before everything happens. So, oh, Monica's going with the 31-13. Monica, I had 28-17 tomorrow. So you're a little bit more optimistic. I have us kind of staying even with them for a bit, and then we pull away at the end or something. But maybe you're right, 31-13. Maybe if we're up in the third or fourth quarter, I see Trey coming in and trying to run some offense. That's kind of my hope, is that we're up late and we can do that, but we'll see. Relax, Jay. Relax. You're making me nervous now, man. Right. They are pretty one-dimensional right now. But I don't know. Maybe Tampa was keen to stop the run that game. So we don't really know. You'd have to watch the I didn't listen to the game or the broadcast, so I don't know if they were keen to stop Dak Prescott enforcing or excuse me, Zeke and enforcing Dak to beat them. Ooh. I've got us on top of them 45-10 final, like 35 points at halftime if our defense get. Damn, coach. That would be ideal. Because then you could get Trey in the game at, like, I don't know, midway through the third quarter and just have him play. So, woo-wee. I don't know if I talked about this earlier, but if I did, I'm going to bring it up again. Is that my concern about special teams tomorrow? The talk is that Ayuk could be punt returning tomorrow, and I am super nervous about that. I know he's had a kind of a tricky hammy, so I'm not really looking forward to that. Hopefully, the Niners figure something out. Like I said, Travis Benjamin was not brought off the practice squad. The Niners are only going into that game with 5 wide receivers. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Niners do punt return game tomorrow. I think one of the last topics I'll bring up to you guys, and then I'll let you guys go for the night, is the Jalen Hurd situation. So we kept him on the 53-man roster, right? And he's made the team and all that stuff, right? Didn't barely practice this whole training camp. They've been nursing him on the side the whole time. And now it looks like he's going to be on the mid-season IR. They're putting him in on injured reserve to try to rest his knee. I guess he's been having knee tendonitis since the Oakland game. And now the Niners are going to see what they got. I honestly think, guys, and this is just me talking and I'm not hating on the guy, I think that by the time this little time ends with him being on IR, I think the Niners are going to end up cutting him. I really just see the end of his career coming soon. From what I heard, only reason the Niners kept him, I forgot what team they said was trying to go after him. So in order to keep that from happening, they kept him on the 53-man roster. But I just don't think the kid, his body's going to hold up. And I wouldn't be surprised that after week 6 or 8, the Niners just say goodbye and free up that roster spot for somebody else. Maybe bring Travis Benjamin off the practice squad. But I just don't see this kid having a career. Safe pick on punt returns will be Sanu. Nobody talking about him. I'm totally okay with that. I do not want Brandon Ayuk out there. Not to say that Sanu's garbage. I'm just saying Ayuk is your young, up-and-coming star in the making receiver. Why do you want to put him on punt returns? That makes no sense. Oh, the Panthers wanted Hurd? Thank you. Yeah, okay. So the Niners kept him. But why? He's damaged goods. I don't get it. Well, 5 out of 16 NFL analysts took us to be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I seen that too, Monica. That is interesting. I will take that. So we're getting a little respect. Not a ton of respect, but we're getting some respect. So thank you, Luke Lona, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Everything that you guys do goes to a good place. You make me a very happy man. I appreciate the love. Thank you, Luke Luna, for your $2 super chat. Got to go 49ers for steaks. Have a good one, Go Niners. Yeah, definitely, brother. I'll see you. I'll try to come on after the game tomorrow. If I don't come on, guys, I'll definitely be on Monday mid-afternoon, evening or something. Because like I said, sometimes after games, I get really, really burned out because I'll listen to a lot of radio coverage and stuff after the game. So I'm kind of like overstimulated Niner-wise. So I might not have the mental capacity to get online. We'll see, though. I'm not going to rule it out. If I'm really happy and we beat the brakes off the Lions, then you're probably going to see me tomorrow. You got to work tomorrow? That sucks. Yeah, I was out of work for a little part over the last 2 years with injuries and stuff. So I got to see the season both times. But this year, I don't no longer have to work Sundays. My boss was kind enough to not let me work Sunday. And I have the NFL Sunday ticket. So you guys know I'll be on that. My thing is, if you're done with the player, who cares who gets them? Shouldn't be our concern. I'm for Hurd later in the season, playoff Super Bowl. We'll see, Luke. I don't know if he has anything to offer, to be honest with you. I really don't. And I wouldn't care where he went. If you don't think somebody has anything to offer, then you're right. Why should we care? I don't know, man. He looked sluggish in the preseason in his one time being on the field. But I don't know. I don't really care anymore, to be honest with you guys. I don't care either way with Hurd. It's just been so long. There's been so much stuff going on. I don't care. If that makes me sound insensitive and jerkish, I don't know what to tell you. Got a virtual home business, all on computer and phone. Sundays are my football days. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I would love to work from home. I wish I could be a podcaster, full-time streamer, but I'm not an analyst and I don't do film breakdowns. So that's probably never going to happen. But yeah, that's awesome that you can work from home and enjoy football pretty much working every day. So that's great. Yes, sir. Tommy, going to a late night tattoo session. You're doing what you're doing. Do you get the tattoo on your stomach or are you giving somebody a tattoo session on their stomach? That's crazy. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm a big dude and I'm not brave enough to get a tattoo on my stomach. Oh, hell no. I'm not a brave enough human being to get a tattoo pretty much anywhere, but especially not on my stomach. Maybe on my fatty upper arms, but partner up with someone who can help you with the analyst side and do some marketing for followers. It starts there. I didn't think about that. I have a friend who's like that, but unfortunately, he's a Seahawks fan. He's actually going to school for this stuff. I mean, I would have to like talk to people or put some post on Instagram or Twitter where we could, do something like along the lines of that, where I can get somebody to do the analyst side. Yeah, definitely. I wanted you to ask your guys a question. What would you guys think about me doing merchandise? I was only going to start with just like coffee mugs or something, just for the channel. You don't have to buy them. I was actually going to try them out, make them for myself first as like a trial and see what they look like, and then maybe sell them to someone who would want to buy them. The whole thing with merch is are you going to rock the stuff? Are you gonna wear a shirt with a channel name on it, or are you gonna wear a shirt with uh, some sort of writing on it or something? But I was thinking, I don't know what you guys are talking about in the chat. But yeah, so I was thinking of doing something like that along the lines of like a coffee mug or a t-shirt or something like that. I don't know what you guys think. Simple first is best. Mugs and trinkets might be the way to go. There's another fan, Lori Manila, started the same way. Hit her up. She's on Facebook too. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it wouldn't be something crazy because I would use the coffee mugs myself as something to kind of start out. Um, I don't know exactly if I would have like a Niners emblem on it or just my channel name or something, but yeah, we got to see. But I appreciate Coach for the info. I'll probably have to look back into this chat and look up her name. Totally agree, Monica. That's the ideal situation for tomorrow. You know, we should win tomorrow's game, like you said. So there's no excuses tomorrow, man. We need to come out. We need to bust their butt, real quickly. Listen, look at this. This is like, I love this. The Lions allowed a league worst 34 or 32.4 points per game, the second most since 1970 AFL merger. The model projects the 49ers deep backfield account for more than 150 yards. Look at you. Damn it. Hell yeah. You want to be my analyst on my channel? Oh, man, that's great. I'll have to take a look at that, definitely. She would be good, right? Uh, what player am I most excited for? Trey. Trey Lance. When you draft a quarterback that high, you have to be excited. Um, his ability, his athleticism, his smarts. He is super raw, and he's going to take some time to be refined. But I definitely can see the the league eventually hoping they don't have to face him. So I am definitely most excited about that for sure. John Mack says Trey Sermon and Elijah Mitchell. Yeah, I'm definitely totally on for the running backs too. My brother was actually asking me for any sleepers in fantasy, and I told him possibly Elijah Mitchell, but I have to see these guys play week 1 and week 2, see how they do before I can tell anybody anything. I really don't know the story of either of those guys. I mean, the preseason's one thing, regular season's totally different. Monica says, I see us going 13-4, win the NFC West. Yeah, I can see that. I think we can win the West. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know if we can win the Super Bowl or beat Tampa. I don't know. I'm not going to be one of those fans that says, yeah, we're going to beat anybody. Sure. That's a tough task. They are loaded with our secondary questions going up against those receivers. That is a worry of mine. You know what I mean? Tom Brady, unless you're hitting him every single play and bringing him down, he will carve you. He's still carving people at his age. So we'll see, guys. We will see. All right, ladies and gents, it has been good, but what do you have to say? Tampa had 4 turnovers, not impressed. Yeah, it's the first week of the season, though, Tommy, to be honest with you. So, like I said, I can't derive too much out of week 1. I was going to sleep last night. I'm like, wow, Tampa looks great. They're going to win it all again, but we still have so much season left to play, man. We have no idea what's going to happen. You guys are great. All right, kiddos. I think I'm going to hit the hay, but it was nice talking to everybody tonight. I might get on after the game tomorrow. If not, I will probably get on Monday to do kind of a Monday morning quarterback thing. But we'll see. I'll play tomorrow by ear, whether I get on or not. But yeah, I'm on Twitter, 49ers First Takes. My name is Aaron. Monica says, look for Raheem Mostert and Trey Sermon and Ayuk to have big games. I hope you are right, sister. I really do. I hope all of them have great games. But above everything tomorrow, guys, I just want to get out of that game healthy. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. $200 yards and 3 TDs for Kittle. Yeah, people have been sleeping on Kittle. We haven't been talking about him enough, so we will see. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Everybody have a great night. Hopefully we're all happy tomorrow after watching the game for 3 hours, and we can all be excited. I might call into a radio show tomorrow. So if I don't get on, like I said, I'll be on Mondays. But if I do get on tomorrow night, it will probably be 10-ish my time, which would be about 7 p.m. Western or wherever you guys are. So everybody take care. Everybody stay safe and healthy. Everybody do your thing. Everybody have a good night. And hopefully I will see you guys sooner than later. Everybody take care. And remember, go Niners.